everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tinman here. Now, my last episode I asked the question, do you want to see my Evil Dead collection or do you want to see my Return of the Living Dead collection? And the votes are in and Return of the Living Dead won. Of course it did. So I'm going to show you my Return of the Living Dead DVD collection. I ain't going to show you my entire Return of the Living Dead collection because that would take at least 4 or 5 hours because I have a silly amount of Return of the Living Dead merch. If that's what you want to see, let me know because I'll do it. I'll do it. But for now, DVDs. So first up, I love this collection. Just want to point out that this is like a prize collection for me. Okay, first up, the 2-disc Second Sight Return of the Living Dead DVD. Very sought after. Probably not so much now the 4K's here, but before the 4K, this was, for UK anyway, this was like the one to get because this was the 2-disc special edition. This had, it says here, 5 hours of killer bonus features. Not only did you have the movie and tons of extras, now for UK obviously, you had More Brains, the documentary, as well on it, done by Gary Smart and Christian Sellers and everyone else, and I'll get into the documentary in a bit because I've got it here separately. But documentary, man, the best Return of the Living Dead documentary going, the only Return of the Living Dead documentary going as well. But yeah, 2-disc, beautiful artwork, superb, classic, from the soundtrack, absolute classic. Yeah, great. The Back from the Grave and Ready to Party, brilliant. On the back there, bit of merchandise, bit of gumph there on the back, telling you what you got, all the extras. Oh, and your 2 discs. They're upside down, but your 2 discs, yeah, your classics. Disc 1 movie, disc 2 extras. Yeah, there's some good stuff on here. It's really good one to have. Yeah, so that's number 1. Okay, so normally I do Blu-ray at the end, but seeing as I have the Blu-ray of that exact version, I thought, get it out straight away. So yeah, same thing, but Blu-ray. And it's the Steelbook. Still going to say steel tin. They don't call them steel tins, do they? Call them Steelbooks. I'm not into collecting Blu-rays. I only have a handful. I've only got a handful up here. But this is a must. And this, before the 4K, this was silly money. This would be about £45 to £50 to look for it online. And I think I got it for 26 quid. I can't complain. And that's before the 4K got released. So it's the same thing. The beauty is about the Steelbooks, they have those wonderful spines. You can't beat them spines, look at that. This is in absolutely immaculate condition. There's not a ding on it. And I know with Steelbooks you can get that quite a bit. But this is in beautiful condition. So, disc there. Beautiful. Now, the beauty about this version is you get the artwork on the inside. See that? That's smart. And behind the disc you get more artwork. That's dead smart. Look at that. I think that's done by Gary Smart. I think he's drawn that as well. Pretty sure. I know he's done the book. So let's talk about the book for a minute. So you get this awesome little Second Sight property. You basically get a production. Look at it. It's so well made. It's like Ernie Colton Bruner's like notes. You know what I mean? A little book. Which is brilliant because Don Calfer, legend. Absolute legend. R.I.P. What an absolute legend it is. So this is all done by Gary Smart. I think there's other people involved as well. But you get all the info. All the stuff. Look. Ernie in his outfit. Bloody hell. Yeah. About Night of the Living Dead. About the parting ways with John Russo and stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. A bit more of that. Bit of Tom Fox. It's worth getting the Blu-ray for this. Do you get it on the 4K? If you haven't got the 4K, let me know whether you get the book. You probably do. But this is like it says here, Blu-ray exclusive. So maybe it's just for Blu-ray. Production notes. All drawings done by Gary Smart as well. All about Dan O'Bannon and William Stout, production designer. It's a great little tiny book. Casting the Return of the Living Dead. All the cast there. It's well smart. It's well good. And they've got all the drawings. And it has little sayings. You want to burn them? Take them to the pound. It has little lines all the way through it. Nitric acid will dissolve it. Oh, the hardest part to burn is the heart. The only way is through the hatch. Is it all Ernie's lines? Hang on. No, coming to get. Well, that's from Night of the Living Dead. Coming to get you, flesh eaters. That's blood pooling up. Brains Only, The Pain of Being Dead. Don't tell me these are all, well, apart from The Pain of Being Dead. Party Time. Take Them to the Pound. Think You Acted Precipitously in Cutting Up the Corpse. It has. It's all Ernie's lines. 25 years, give or take. It's got all... I never realised it's all of Ernie's lines. A Real Ugly One, or Black and Slimy. Oh no, that's Spider, so maybe not all of them. It Hurts to Be Dead? Yeah. What are you doing with a bunch of rabid weasels? Look. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. So yeah, more artwork. Bit of Dan O'Bannon there. Before he passed away, unfortunately. And it's Don Calfer's Revenge of the Living Dead, the early version before the comic book, the actual comic book that Gary Smart had done with Christian Sellers and Jason Miller. This is like the early version done by Gary Smart. It's a must, man. It's an absolute must. There you go. More production pictures and stills there. And on the back, your scene selection. It's only little, but what a book. Yeah. Track it down. If you're a completist and you want it, track it down just for the book in general. And it's nice to watch it on Blu-ray, to be honest, because it's a nice change. So we'll tell you what, we'll start putting them down safely, because I don't want them falling, especially that, because that's a prize. Right, so we're still in Region 2, we're still in UK. So the MGM version in the UK was just that basic one there, Return of the Living Dead, with the classic front cover. Nothing in the little gravestone, which is weird, because some of the other ones have words in them. We'll show you that, though. Very basic. This disc includes original theatrical trailer, interactive menu, and chapter selection. So there's bugger all on it. There's nothing on it. Look at that. Just your menu screen. You can see it there. But there was in IMDb, and it says in the trivia that there was a fan, a mad Return of the Living Dead fan, like us, who wanted it on DVD, and he was like pushing for it for years. I can't remember the guy's name. I feel awful now. I should look it up. But he really pushed to get it on DVD, and I think this was, after years of trying or whatever, he finally did it, and this was, for the UK, this was what you got. Maybe the second site, I can't remember which was out first. But that's your Region 2. And, yeah, classic. There you go. Okay, still on Region 2. Now we're on the Tartan DVD. Very, very sought after. Why, you probably ask? I'll tell you why. Because when Tartan released it, they released the... Is it a theatrical version, or is it the... theatrical release version? Basically, what happens with this, right? This version has the original audio. So you have... When the punks are driving in the car, yeah? On that version, the normal one, you get... Oh God, Young Fast Iranians by... Her name escapes me. They became Straw Dogs, didn't they? But what were they called then? It's gone out of my head. Anyway, the song Young Fast Iranians is playing while they're in the car. But in this version, it's the Damned, Deadbeat Dance. Now, I know there was an issue with the song, the Damned song in it, so they had to change it. But also on this, you get different audio. Tarman sounds higher. And Send More Cops is different. Songs are shorter. Rocky Erickson's Burn the Flames is shorter. There's audio slightly over when they're all the punks are arguing in the warehouse. There's a list. There is a list of like differences and changes, but this is the original way to hear it. And now, if you want to hear the original way that Return of the Living Dead was done, it's the Tartan version here. So it's very sought after. So this actually is Region 0, so it will play anywhere. So if you can get hold of it, if you're in America or anywhere in the world, this will work. So that's what's beautiful about it. So, yeah. From the creator of Alien and Total Recall. Recall? Anyway. There you go. Image on the back. Classic Return of the Living Dead. Tartan's got the dog there. There you go. Disc, very basic. Very basic. Now, that's that one. Now, the reason why I have two, you might ask, is a friend of mine gave me his collection, and this was in it. My mate Pete. Shout out to Pete. So he gave me this, and I was like, cool, I'll sell it off. I don't need two. And then I realised, not that it's a major thing, but as a collector, as a nerd, as a completist, as a variant collector, I'll do it so it's the right way up. Fonts are different. One's big, one's small. So I'm having them both. Simple as that. So I'm having both. Plus they're in different cases, but not that that matters because you can change them. So yeah, Tartan. If you want the original audio, go for Tartan. Now, yes, I'm well made up. I got this. Now, talking of More Brains, the documentary by Gary Smart and various other people, I got older one. Yes, I did. And I was made up. Because I know you get it on the second sight, DVD and the Blu-ray, but as a completist, you want it, especially with the, slipcover. So More Brains, A Return to the Living Dead, the definitive Return to the Living Dead documentary, and it absolutely bloody well is. Bloody well, bloody, you know what I mean? Look at that back. Brilliant. It's got the 245 trioxane canister on the front. You get what you get on the DVD, obviously, of the documentary, but you get bonuses on this, stuff that you don't get on second sight. So this is, or you probably, I don't know, I can't vouch for the 4K, whether that has the extras. I know it has the documentary on it, but whether it's got these bits on it, I don't know, I can't tell you. But you get extra stuff, you get live stuff, you get They Won't Stay Dead, Look at Living Dead Part 2, Part 3, stuff like that. Resurrected settings. They're filming locations today, so yeah, some of the stars go around and look at the locations where they were and stuff like that. It's good, it's definitely worth it. But the beauty thing about this one is the slipcover is different to the DVD. How good is that? So the DVD is the Resurrection Cemetery. It's just putting them together, they look so good. Look at that together. That's why sometimes slip cards are amazing, because you get the differences. Back's exactly the same. Now the only shame about this is there's DVD and your menu selection. This came with a poster, and unfortunately it didn't come with a poster because I didn't buy it brand new. But there's your card there, and there's your chapter selections. There is a poster of that, which I'm still after. There's a poster of that there that comes in, that was folded and comes in here. It wasn't rolled or anything, it was folded. Still looking for that poster, man. It's out there somewhere. I'll find it one day. Don't you worry. Oh, yes, I will. But yeah, made up to get that. More Brains. Best Return of the Dead documentary out there. Okay, next up, I was in London, and I went to All Ages Records, which is a punk and hardcore record store in Camden on Pratt Street. What a name. And I've been going there for years and years, looking at records, looking at, hardcore punk records and stuff like that, and metal. And then I was chatting to the owner, the nicest guy ever, and he said, I think I mentioned horror movies or something, and he goes, I think I was wearing something like this. And he's like, oh, you like horror then? Oh, yeah. Oh, you should see my horror collection at the back. And they've got an extra shop at the back. I'm like, what are you on about, extra shop at the back? And he went, oh, yeah. And he handed me a flyer, Up the Video Junction, it's called. And what it is obscure horror DVDs, but not just horror, anything you've ever seen, like crazy stuff you'd never even heard of, like fake Star Wars, like Turkish Star Wars versions on DVD, complete rip-offs or whatever. But wow, I couldn't believe, I've been going there for years, I had no idea. And in that collection, £5, couldn't say no, it was the Return of the Living Dead, the Workprint Edition. Yes, been after that for ages. Now if you have the Region 1 Part 1, oh god, who's it by? Can't think who it's by. It's Region 1 Blu-ray or Region A, isn't it? I can't think what it's bloody called now. It's the top of my head. I haven't got it because I can't play it, because I have got a Blu-ray player that just plays UK, so I haven't bothered with it. But you get the work print on that, which is cool, but it's nice because I don't have that, so I got this. Now this is a printed cover. It looks pretty basic, 2 pictures together, work print edition. There are some people have done their own covers. I actually designed a cover for this. I've never had it printed, but I need to get it done, and this is what it looks like. I thought that looks better. Anyway, so the work print edition, I have reviewed this before on previous episodes, but the work print edition is 20 extra minutes, and it's shonky. The quality is awful. Well, that's what a work print is, but there's different extra dialogue. There's not just 20 minutes extra, there's also scenes are slightly longer and they say slightly different things. So to feel the true experience, you have to see the work print edition. It takes a bit of getting used to. It's really grainy. It's VHS style, isn't it? It's really grainy. It's really bad. But after a few minutes, you adjust to it because you're used to it after seeing it for a few minutes. And it's an eye opener, man. It really is. So there's your thing there. You can tell that someone's made this because they've even got a picture from part 2. So it's not even the right, you know what I mean? Not even from the right movie. Still though, yeah, just basic white disc because it's a copy, isn't it? But it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. That's what a Workprint is. So there you go. Okay, next up, Region 1 Collector's Edition, Return of the Living Dead. We've gone on to the Region 1s now, have we? Oh, we have. We've jumped up. We've finished with Region 2. We're on Region 1. So this is the Region 1 Collector's Edition. What I love about it is, I hope it works. I don't know if it's probably working. You see the hand? Yeah, coming through. Hopefully it does. So this is Region 1. I've never played it because I don't have a DVD player that plays Region 1. I know I can get it, what's named. But that's the is it, call it lenticular cover? You know, the basically 3D cover. But that's stuck on top of it. So I'm very careful to keep hold of that. So that's that. That one there, with all the extras on the back. It's worth actually checking these out because these have commentaries, whereas the UK ones didn't have commentaries. I thought the Second Sight ones did, but they don't. So this has got audio commentary by the cast and crew and the undead. That's a daft feature, but yeah, I get it. Production by Dan O'Bannon and William Stout. I'd love to hear the audio commentaries of these. I've never done it. Yeah, so I'll have to check that out sometime. So a little bit there to keep it safe, and Return of the Living Dead disc. Nice. Put that back in there. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. Yeah, that was a must. That was a must-have just for the cover alone, you know. So that's really cool. This one, I will do that one first actually. This one is Region 1. Yeah. The reason I was collecting variants anyway. I do, and I found that when I had it home and I was doing this with it, I don't know if you can see it. You see, it's got like almost like a line, like an outline to it. I don't know if it works with the light. I'm doing that. It might work. I'm doing it now and it works here. Yeah. I was a bit like, what is that? What is that? And the difference between the UK version is you get words at the bottom. A real screen for chiller fans by the Washington Post. That's cool. Yeah, so I figured out what it was by accident. That little outline that you can see around the punks there and around the words, it's glow in the dark. Actually glows in the dark. You hold it up to the light, switch the light off. It glows in the dark. I'm sure I've got a picture. Look at this. Yeah. Glows in the dark, man. How cool. So yeah, it was a must. It was an extra must, and it was a accidental find. So there's your back cover there. With all your basic bits and bobs. Nothing else on this. Special features as commentary on this. See, even the Region 1 has commentary. Yeah, by William Stout. Designing the Dead. Blah, blah, blah. Good. Good. Oh, it's one of them. Oh. Is it one of them horrible? Ooh, I didn't even... Because I've not played it. I don't really know. It is. It's one of them double-sided, widescreen and normal ones. I never really noticed that. Oh, that's cool. Learn something new every day. So yeah, Glow in the Dark Region 1. Nice. Next up, found this on eBay. And I had never seen it before. And did a little bit of research into others. And there's a few of them. But this one, I a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. Look at that. Ooh. Now this is a hard, I say hard, H-A-R-D-T, heart box. Yeah, this is German. And it's like an old VHS with the creaky, you know. Oh, we'll get to that anyway. But it's the Graham Humphreys artwork. Look at that. Like the poster, look at that. Bob on. Yeah, I saw this by the Company 84, 84 Entertainment they're called. They've done them. They've done a few others. I think they did Return of the Dead Part 3. I haven't got that yet, but I will. So this is limited edition. There's only 150 of these made. I saw this and I was like, oh, yeah, I got to have this. So there, look at that. It's got beautiful artwork on the spine as well. The back says limited to 150. Beautiful images. That's all in German. I can't read it. That's fine. What I absolutely do love though And it does play in the UK player. But what I do love is, what number have I got? We are 138. Of all the chances, what are the chances, eh? Liam would love that. He loves Misfits. Yeah, 138. So that's just a beautiful piece to have. It was a bit pricey. It was pricey, but look at it. And your basic... Oh, very carefully. So this basically is... Oh, the disc is loose. I hate it when it does that. I'll take it out for now. It's not too bad. So yeah, this is like your old VHS, isn't it? I don't want to open it too much because it's not been opened very far. But that's like your old VHS, isn't it? You know, where you what do they call? What do they call them? God, I can't think of my words today. My words have gone. Clamshell. There you go. We'll get there in the end. But yeah, it's like a clamshell one. And there's your disc there. So, brilliant. Had to have this. Saw this and thought, yes, please. So put that very carefully closed. Look at that. That's beautiful, that is. Beautiful. Okay, now we're jumping into... That was all from part 1. Now on to part 2. So we haven't got many for part 2 and part 3, to be honest. I do need to get hold of other versions. I just haven't really got round to it, but I will. So, part 2. Classic Region 2 version with the absolute superb cover. Do you know what? There's a lot of love for part 2, and I do appreciate it. And I have spoke on my Rabid Weasels podcast with my mate William about it briefly, but we will talk about it more on that podcast. But part 2 artwork is just something else. Absolutely something else. Love it. Absolutely love it. It could be better than the film. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, part 2, Region 2. More genuine artistry than lots of prestige films. Oh, it says that again. So part 2 on the back. There's your images on the back. I love the font for part 2. I don't get me wrong, I love the original. The original font is like legendary. You know, I do love it, but I do like part 2. I use it for Rabid Weasels, but in green. So yeah, on the back you've got oh god, I've forgotten his name now. The bully, innit? That's his. I have really memories poo today. So Region 2, classic image on the disc. That's all you need. There you go. And next up, part 3, the full uncut version. I don't know which one I've seen, to be honest. I think I've seen this one. I must have watched this. I bought this recently because I've never had it on. Did I have it on VHS? I can't remember. Years ago when I saw it. It's a bold statement. Scarier than Hellraiser. I don't know. No, I don't think so. And I don't think Hellraiser's not scary anyway. It's 80s horror movies aren't scary. Like, there's only a handful of movies that scare me. It's The Shining. It doesn't scare me. It creeps me out. It's The Shining, and American Werewolf. They creep me out. For new horror movies, weirdly, Insidious really puts me on edge. And The Conjuring, the first one, the first Insidious and the first Conjuring are just a bit like, ooh. I don't know what it is. It just gives you the willies, gives you the hair on the neck. Not that I've got much hair left. Anyway, part 3. I digress. There it is. Return of the Living Dead 3. The only thing I don't like about 2 and 3, they dropped the from Return of the Living Dead, didn't they? So now people just say Return of the Living Dead for the first one. It's not. It's The Return. But that's just a little nitpick thing I have. But yeah, why drop the? I don't understand why. Anyway. But this, yeah, another interesting thing, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and this one is just Return of the Living Dead 3. They literally are just doing what they want. So there you go. On the back, images, classic images there. Julie Walker there, classic. Scene selection and disc. I think it's just the same image underneath. Yeah, it's just classic. Who's that by? Cinema Club. Good old Cinema Club. Yay, we love Cinema Club back in the day. And I don't own 4 and 5. I know I need them and I will buy them, but I'm in no rush because, yeah, you know why. So the next up is what we showed on my last episode, is basically the Thai versions of 1, 2 and 3, which is the lovely embossed cover with the Region 1 cover, but obviously not lenticular. On the back, Return of the Living Dead 1, 2 and 3. And I love about these, look at that, it says Return of the Living Dead, but it says Return of the Living Dead, The Return of the Living Dead 1, The Return of the Living Dead 2, and The Return of the Living Dead 3 in the original font, the first font. That's Thai for you, eh? Brilliant. Return of the Living Dead on the top. Oh, I never noticed that. And Return of the Dead on the bottom. I didn't even notice that. So when these are tiny slip cases, there's tiny slip ones. Classic first one. There it is. All of them have got them on the spine as well, which is really cool. So yeah, your classic image. I don't know, like I say, I did on the last episode. I'm not sure what that's from. That looks like it's from 4, to be honest. Probably is. Oh, and the disc there with the, we think for part 4 zombies. Nice. Oh, these are hard to do. There you go. Part 2, but with the original font and number 2 and the. Can't go wrong with that, can you? James Cameron, Tom Matthews. Brilliant. There you go. Part 2 there. I'm not going mad on these because I did them in the last episode. You've probably seen it all before. And The Return of the Living Dead. Part 3. There we go. Like I said in the last episode, bit of side boob. Yeah, disc. Oh, I didn't show you disc for 2, did I? Classic. So yeah, that is your Return of the Living Dead collection. So far, always looking for more, always looking for variants. Never stops, never ends. That's right. So yeah, that's my Return of the Living Dead DVD collection. Like I said earlier, if you want to see more Return of the Living Dead stuff, oh, please let me know. Ooh, we could go on for hours. Ooh, really, really could. Got so much stuff. Ridiculous amounts. It is my favourite horror movie of all time, if you hadn't noticed. So that's it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, people, stay safe, stay tuned, and stay sick. SP and Tinman